ever experienced
Exploring the world's most mysterious land
quite like this one.
or island. A film by Sam Newton.
Photos,
I know Sam Newton.
videos,
I used to follow him on Instagram.
but nothing could prepare me for the effect this place would have. Because places like this aren't supposed to exist. Sand dunes under mountains crashing into the ocean, pristine blue beaches on a desert full of wildlife.
Wow.
Caves the size of cathedrals carved into the earth, and alien trees that don't exist anywhere else on the planet.
You know, if he's filming all of this as one person, which I'm sure he is, this is incredible work. In 42 seconds, that's incredible.
So why does no one travel here?
This is my honest experience of traveling to one of the most untouched, beautiful, yet controversial places on the entire planet.
Socotra, Yemen.
Socotra. Yemen.
From the moment we arrived, we stepped into a world of pure culture shock.
We have gotten into the main city here in Socotra, and we're going around this city, which is an absolutely just different world. Yeah, different world completely from what we're used to.
Socotra is a part of Yemen, one of the poorest countries in the world. And
Oh, wow.
We quickly saw that economic hardship. And because of that, traveling here has always been difficult. So much so that only 5,000 people come every year.
You know, it's
Now,
crazy
with
because see, there's two sides to this to me that I'm already pulling away. If the government of Socotra would just open up to tourism a lot more, I feel like it would be like a paradise, you know? Like a vacation paradise given the landscape. Maybe. I don't have any information on on this area of the world, but just off of the top of my head, I feel like if you just open up tourism and build a resort, at least one resort, start somewhere, you know, start getting people in, start, you know, building your economy that way, I feel like you're off to a pretty good start.
flights to the island, there's hope that tourism can bring new life.
Tourism. Well, that's the side that's kind of, yeah, I mean, that's the side that I'm battling. It's like, you just don't know, like it's a double-edged sword, right? You open it up to tourism and you start having some sense of revenue coming in, but then either you're putting that money into the economy or you're putting it into protective services for the landscape. It's a hard act to juggle, you know. But I'm also just curious on why they're one of the poorest places in the world if they live in one of the most beautiful places in the world.
And as we drove through the city towards our first night at camp, exhausted and nervous, we truly had no idea about the wild adventure that was about to unfold. I first heard of Socotra because of its legendary dragon blood trees, something I've always dreamed of seeing.
Dragon blood trees.
So when Traveling Socotra invited me to come, I agreed on two conditions. Take me to the trees and let me bring my friends. Intro Luke, Chris, and Connor, three of my best friends and filmmakers who share a love for adventure. And together we would be in for the trip of a lifetime. But before we could see the famous
So I
trees
don't know if you guys are familiar with Sam Newton. Sam Newton, when I was in my photography, videography era, when I first kind of opened myself up more to creativity, to my creative side, that's where I kind of began. And Sam Newton is kind of like a pillar in filmmaking and videography in that community. He does a lot of cool stuff. So that's why it's really cool to see him doing this and really excelling at what he does.
pulled me to Socotra. This island had plenty of surprises in store.
We've made it to our very first location. These absolutely
Wow.
Incredible white sand dunes on the edge of a beach. It's one of the most insane things I've ever seen. And the boys are all setting up there. And we're about to get a little saucy, about to get a little cinematic. So let's see what we get.
All right, so he wasn't doing this all by himself, but still, I mean, the production is crazy. AI, what's going on, dude?
This is wild. Look at this. Behind me, there's these like scaling cliffs with sand dunes. Apparently, these dunes are created because sand from the ocean gets blown by the winds and just pushed up against these cliffs with this little oasis pond. And so if this is an oasis pond, then that's a wonder wall. Get it? Because oasis, they sing. Okay, never mind.
All right, stupid jokes aside, on the way back, two truly special moments
What is this
happened
video
that
called?
set the tone for this trip. First, we spotted camels
Socotra, Yemen, exploring the world's most mysterious islands by Sam Newton.
wandering outside our window, and our guide told us tomorrow at sunrise a local man could bring them to us. And soon after,
The beautiful video.
something even crazier happened.
Beautiful video.
All right, we found some guys playing soccer down the road, so we're on our way to see if we can join.
I'm not the biggest fan. I like this view. It's a great, it's a beautiful location.
I mean, these guys were
I appreciate the video. I don't know if I'm crazy about the music selection. I'm just thinking about this from like a filmmaking perspective, because you know, like to anybody, I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on stream. I used to photograph movie sets. I used to work on film sets. So it's the music isn't hitting it for me. It just isn't. I don't know. I respect him for what he does. Though. Sam Newton is very good at what he does.
barefoot, and we still got destroyed.
I don't know if I'm crazy about the music.
But their joy, their laughter, their smiles, it was truly unforgettable. And it's in those moments of
Music really
spontaneity
makes a
that
film.
reassure me
Like people
why
have to
I
understand
come
that
to
music and
places
sound
like this.
effects really,
Being
audio,
able to create a connection
you know,
with someone who
audio
doesn't speak
engineering,
your
it
language
really,
is something
really
truly special.
makes a film.
And soon after, we took back off to camp in the desert. And that night, under a sky lit with stars, we fell
Wow.
asleep with no idea about what was about to happen the next morning.
Good morning. It is bright and early, and today we're up at sunrise to go shoot a local.
I also
man.
don't think I don't think people realize how much work actually goes into doing YouTube videos like this. Like this is, I would argue, like more upscale than stuff that like Mr. Beast does in terms this is filmmaking. Like this is actual filmmaking. This is storytelling. You know, like a lot of the stuff that Mr. Beast does is very in your face. It's loud. But there's no depth and there's no real, like it's just constantly screaming the same thing at you. You're like, this is what it is. This is what it is. This actually does so many things that what film should be doing, which is making you feel something, raising certain emotions, making you ask certain questions, really getting involved in the work as opposed to just watching it. And like you feel connected to this in a way. You don't feel connected to anything that Mr. Beast puts out. And I think that's the big distinction between true filmmakers and just people who make videos.
And
After this, I got a song for you. All right, facts.
So that's what we're gonna do.
At dawn, a local man showed up with 2 camels, and he led them to the top of the sand dunes. And as the sun slowly rose,
Oh,
on the
I just
horizon,
got
we pulled out
chills.
our cameras.
I don't know. I just got
Another world.
chills.
Oh my god. This
Wow.
is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
And here's the thing too. Like right there, that was I could talk about this stuff forever. I love talking about this stuff. That shot right here. Hold on, let me see. This shot, you guys got to think, man. Like you're waiting for the shot. This isn't something that's done in post. you're here all day, and you have this hour window that you can play around with, and that window and the urgency to get the shot and to get the motion and to get the feeling and everything is different. Not only every time you go to the location, but it creates this sense of urgency that you have to get it at that moment. And I've had that happen on film sets before. You're racing the sunlight. It's a really invigorating feeling, and it's fun to be a part of. And to see the shot come to life after you get that, after waiting all that time, it's a very incredible feeling. It's just something it's something that's incredibly unique, because you're not going to experience the same day and the same lighting twice. You know what I mean? Yeah, imagine being in this place where everything is sand. Well, I'm kind of in one of those places now. It's not too far down the street. It's pretty wild. White Sands National Park.
So we just finished wrapping up shooting with the camels, and I look over and Chris is brushing his teeth next to the camels.
That's
And the
wild.
craziest part of all of this is it was just the beginning. From here, Socotra only got more impressive. We explored an enormous cave. It was unlike anything I had ever seen. We then took off to dive into turquoise waters to see the marine life and the beautiful reefs. We saw dolphins racing alongside our boat and then stepped onto some of the bluest beaches I had ever seen. It seemed like around every corner there was a new thing that absolutely blew our minds.
It's kind of like, how do you describe that to somebody else?
This trip was quickly becoming one of the most unforgettable that
I almost like want to cry. It's so pretty. It's such a beautiful location.
But even then, I couldn't stop thinking about the dragon blood trees. But before we got there, the island had one more mystery in store for us. The man in the cave.
Who's the man in the cave?
We were told that there was a man who was born in a cave. He's become somewhat of a local legend, so we knew we had to meet him. And it was like stepping back in time. He had made his money from finding a washed-up blue whale outside of his cave. The bones
When you
of which
see a
he
forest, you
had
think the
everywhere.
dinos can fit in there?
It was a raw human connection that made me realize just how different and similar we all are.
This is probably one of the top
It looks like he's got
experiences
dinosaur
I've
teeth
ever-
around his neck.
My guy.
But as incredible as that was, it was time for the moment I'd been waiting for. So we got back in the car.
It's like you're mixing every single national park that I've ever been to in the United States in one area. This is wild to me. You'd be happy if French content creators put that much work into their videos. I don't know if I've ever seen any French content creators. We might have to like make a day of that and do like a Euro hunt for the best European creators. I feel like that'd be fun. That way you can share it to your friends. Yeah, we'll have to do that. I don't know if I'll understand them, but I can definitely judge off of the quality of the video, you know, to some degree.
No, what? Oh, what? Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy. You guys should check out these drone shots.
I do remember getting that feeling of flying my drone around certain areas, and you're just like, wow, dude, the perspective change is just wild. That's a cool shot. That was a cool shot. This shot right here. Wait, hold on. That's pretty cool. This right here, that's nice. That's smooth. This place looks like a dino could fit in there too. I think a couple dinos could fit in there.
Stepping onto another planet.
Wow.
It was better than
Look at this. Hold on.
It was like
This is what I mean.
Look
Look at that. Look at the light. Like, it takes time and practice to get shots like that. You know, like, you don't just get something like this over the first time you do something like this. Like, this takes practice and timing and understanding of where you're at. And that's just such a pretty shot. That's such a pretty shot. Like, watching this stuff makes me miss being in the video and photography content creation space, but I feel like I get my fill through this. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels good. I can share some of my favorite French YouTubers if you want. Yeah, throw them in the Discord.
It was better
Throw them in the
than I could
Discord.
ever imagined. And for me,
Because there's a reaction section that I put in there. So go in the Freakers chat and drop your links.
And as the sun set on our final day, I had a moment to reflect on how special this journey really was.
All right.
See, in this, look. This right here, getting these sun stars.
Special this journey really was.
Oh, it just adds so much vibrancy and depth and storytelling to the shot.
That's a horrible frame. Hold on. We just got to this insane spot.
Video maker, I don't understand your question. Why in solar eclipse glasses we can look at the sun? What do you mean?
Overlooking these, like, what I think is like thousands of dragon bud trees. But
Are you asking the question of, like, if you look at a solar eclipse, like why can we look at solar eclipses when we wear the glasses? Is that what you're asking?
it's been an insane trip. And it gets me all sentimental to be able to do this. Literally got to bring 3 of my best friends along, and they're all creating their own things. And if you haven't had the opportunity to just travel with people that do what you do.
Yeah. So solar glasses, what they end up doing is when you put them on, it's lowering the, oh my God. I've lost my photography lingo. So when you look at the sun and there is a certain amount of light coming in to your eyeballs, for a solar eclipse, it's a lot. And you don't want to be, so that's why when you look at a solar eclipse, it's so intensified that it will actually burn your, I think it's your, correct, I need to look this up, but I believe it burns your corneas if you stare at it for too long, even for a little bit. So what the glasses do is they lower the amount of light that comes in by like an incredible, like 10,000 stops. The amount of light coming in is measured in stops. So it's lowering that by an incredible amount for you to be able to just make out and see the solar eclipse. Does that make sense? So they're basically like solar eclipse glasses are basically like highly intensified sunglasses that reduce the amount of light coming into your eyes, which allows you to view the solar eclipse. You don't need to wear solar eclipse glasses when looking at the sun on a regular day, because the amount of light that's coming in on a regular day isn't intensified from the eclipse. I could be explaining this so much better. It's just I haven't been doing photography in a little bit, so like my lingo is a little all over the place. You get what I'm saying. Oh, you get what I'm saying.
Like-minded people that just inspire you constantly. That's what these guys are, and it just always gets me in my feels that I get to do this every single day with my best friends in some of the coolest spots in the world. And I don't know, I just feel blessed that this is my life, and I hope that you one day get to experience something like this. Not necessarily has to be in a country like this, but anywhere, just a little road trip with some buddies.
Chat, something I would love to do, something that I would absolutely love to do, is get so big in excuse me. I would love to get so big in streaming one day that if I make enough money doing this, and I want to start like a secret YouTube channel and just not tell any of you and tell anybody and do stuff like this. And then hopefully one day, like, chat will figure out that I do stuff like this and it just becomes a thing. You know, I would love to do this stuff. I would love, and I did it for a little bit. I did it, but it's hard. It's a very, very hard niche to break into.
Do what you do. Find some creative friends. Get some.
And it's
cameras
lonely.
together. Even if you don't
it's a
have
very
vision, just
lonely
get in the car
career.
and go make something
I'm glad that he's out here
anywhere,
with his
a road
friends, but it
trip,
is a very lonely
because
career. I
that's
think a
what
lot of
really
people
inspires
dismiss
me.
that.
And I just wanted to give an appreciation to you for watching this and to my buddies for helping me make.
I just said my
cool
secrets.
stuff. This is crazy that this is what I get to do. Okay, on to the rest of the video.
Socotra was truly one of the wildest places I had ever been. And I'm so grateful I got to share an adventure like this alongside my best friends and share this story with you. This was the trip of a lifetime. This was Socotra.
You just have to think of how many shots these guys are actually getting. I mean, it's crazy, you know? Like it takes a lot of planning. And to get all these people involved is great. To add to that. Ah, he's selling his LUT at the end.
Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video.